This video is for business leaders who are or want to become challenge seekers and lead by example. This is episode 2 of a series that's going to have at least 4 more videos along with it. The series is going to be called C.L.O.N.E. If you want to find out more, check out this video right here. If not, it stands alone. Let's start by saying what this isn't about. And this isn't about making something needlessly more difficult. That isn't what I mean by challenge. What I mean by seeking out challenge is about meeting inevitable challenges after you've made stuff as smart, efficient, labor saving, and clever as you can approach something. There are still challenges. What I'm talking about is seeking out those challenges which are inevitable, not challenge for the sake of challenge, because challenge for the sake of challenge, for the sake of making something harder for no good reason, is just foolish. But doing something hard for good reason is what successful leaders do. The path to real world success is seeking necessary challenges. It starts with a truly inspiring direction, Goldilocks goals and challenges, not atomic or tiny habits, which I will address later in this video. First of all, you need to start with the direction, trajectory, or vision. You can think of Jim Collins' Good to Great as a good reference for what that is. From there, it gets specific and then towards immediate actions. The vision sets a clear direction for decisions and actions to infinity and beyond, even when you're not there, and they're inspiring enough to keep you going when things get hard. The rest are specific goals and actions towards well-defined destinations. Now let's call this Goldilocks time. Just like Goldilocks planets, who are close enough to their star to be warm enough to have liquid water, but not so close as to make that water evaporate, that is, turn into steam. They have to be between those zones, and that's called the Goldilocks zone in astronomy. The distance from their star is just right. So Goldilocks challenges and goals and immediate actions are likewise just right. They're hard enough to be challenging at your level. And that's why I decided to go with this background. What is challenging for this gal and this gal who may be the same one? This is challenging at her level. This is challenging at her level. This has nothing to do with anybody else's level. It's all about what's challenging for you, your team, or your organization. Goldilocks goals, Goldilocks challenges should be hard enough that they're challenging at your level, yet easy enough to sustain daily or at least week daily for as long as it takes for you to reach your destination. Now do that thing 5 to 7 days a week. Another thing, and this is critical, this is pretty much the causal part of the whole thing. You have to be in that zone where you sustain it and everything else. And that is always celebrate small wins and progress. Challenge seeking is more like an Ironman or an ultra marathon. The best way to keep going is to acknowledge, appreciate, and be grateful for small wins and progress all along the way. It's celebrating pretty close to every single step you take. The finish line is farther than the start line for half of the race, but even when you pass that halfway point, you still have to cross from the halfway point to the finish line to cross the finish line. The celebration can be silly, like a happy dance, which I'll demonstrate now, hopefully without shaking the camera too much. I'm on a yoga ball, so I can do this. It's just silly, but you know what? That doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're celebrating something. It's meaningful. It's fun. It makes you feel good. It gives you that spike of dopamine. It could be a victory pose, which I do every morning when I'm doing my exercise, every second morning, actually. And I'm pretty sure the locals think I'm a little nuts, but it's totally good. Or you could just smile, because even if you've just accomplished something that took you a few minutes, but was a real accomplishment for you, reward yourself for that effort. And occasionally a treat. Don't go too crazy on that, or it'll just make you unhealthy or get you involved in indulging in your rewards rather than doing your work. But save the full raging party for when you reach a real significant and specific milestone, because then you'll know you've earned it and it will feel like it should. A well-earned reward. Now let's talk about the atom or the ant in the room. Starting with atomic or tiny habits is the royal road to mediocrity mediocrity for snowflakes. I've read both of these books, and they have some great strategies for getting started if you're struggling. But nobody ever feels a sense of pride or accomplishment from flossing one tooth or doing one push-up. If that's your level, more like this, then that's your Goldilocks challenge, and you should celebrate absolutely at whatever level is meaningful and significantly challenging for you to sustain. But for the rest of us in the real world, the data says otherwise. We need to do challenges which actually challenge us. Becoming a challenge seeker takes work. That's hard for you at your level. Working beneath that level will inspire or motivate you to grow. I can point to millions of data points as opposed to the 10,000 or so or tens of thousands that the authors of those books proudly point to. Sadly, the snowflake goals of those books, or that those books promote, have even taken hold in pop culture of business and self-development. But don't forget that so did the Fruit Loopery of The Secret back in 2006. And how many people do you know personally who have become wildly successful from knowing The Secret? I know exactly zero, other than the people selling that pseudoscientific crap to anyone who is willing to buy into it. I know this because I bought into it too. I was one of them. Now, 16 years later, I'm still waiting for that quantum manifestation that has exactly nothing to do with the real world science of quantum physics and quantum mechanics. The good news, though, is if you follow the science-backed steps in this video, you can become a challenge-seeking champion no matter where you're starting from, whether it's here or here. You can always be more excellent, become more challenge-seeking, and grow yourself. This is exactly what all of the most successful people on earth do to become who they are, is they were challenge-seeking at their level until they achieved what they achieved. This is Crush It Club 189, Become Challenge Seeking. My name is Tim B. Green. Bye for now.